There was a time when a queen invited a sage to visit her palace. The queen posed a question to the sage: "If I make a request, would you agree to fulfill it?" The sage replied, "Certainly, what is your desire?" The queen explained, "All I want is your simple lunch." The sage readily agreed, offering his humble meal, which was the only thing he possessed. In gratitude, the queen presented the sage with a golden globe adorned with precious gems. The sage returned to his room, bringing the golden globe with him. On the way, a thief spotted him and decided to follow, planning to steal the golden object. The sage noticed the shadow trailing him and thought that his inner tranquility was at risk because of the golden globe. Besides, the thief would have to put in great effort to steal the object. So, upon reaching his room, he tossed the golden globe out of the hut and entered. The thief saw the sage throwing the golden globe and assumed the sage must have something of greater value since he didn't seem to care about the globe. The thief stayed outside, pondering the situation. Eventually, he decided to enter the sage's hut to investigate. With great caution, he peered inside the hut but found it empty. Now, the thief was even more bewildered and began to think that the sage had absolutely nothing. So, why didn't he care about the golden globe? The thief sat down next to the sage and waited for him to wake up. After some time, the sage woke up and found the thief sitting before him. The sage offered a friendly smile and said, "You've come here." The thief, displaying humility, joined his hands in a sign of respect and spoke, "Sir, I followed you from the palace to this place. Could you explain why you threw away the golden globe? Is there something you value more than that jewel?" The sage smiled and replied, "My friend, I am a repository of inner wisdom, before which all material treasures lose their meaning." Hearing these words, the thief knelt before the sage and asked, "Sir, I came here with ill intentions, but now I only yearn for inner riches. Could you please share some of that inner wisdom with me?" The sage smiled and said, "My dear friend, you too can discover the inner peace that I have attained." The thief pleaded, "Sir, I have no idea where to start in cultivating this inner wisdom. Could you teach me the practices?" The sage smiled and replied, "Friend, cultivating inner wisdom is something simple. In fact, it requires no exhaustive effort. Begin by finding a quiet and peaceful place where no one can disturb you. Sit comfortably with your back erect. Place your hands with palms facing upward on your knees. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Then, let your breath return to its natural flow and continue to watch it attentively. Don't let a single inhalation go unnoticed. Focus on your breath, closely following each inhalation and exhalation. Remain in this state of observation, like a guardian. At some point, your mind will wander to other thoughts. When it happens, gently redirect your attention back to your breath. Do nothing else, just stay aware of your own breath. Keep your attention on your breath, and gradually, your breathing will become calmer, and with that, your mind will gradually calm down. Over time, you will reach a point where your thoughts will disappear completely, and your mind will plunge into tranquility. This is what we commonly refer to as a deep state of meditation. The thief embraced the practice of meditation following the sage's instructions. He abandoned his illicit activities, and gradually, his life took a new direction. If we observe closely, we will see that many people wish to experience meditation but do not know where to begin. There are various meditation techniques available, but one of the most recognized and effective is Anapana meditation, which is part of the Vipassana tradition. This meditation technique, conceived by Gautama Buddha approximately 2,500 years ago, cannot be mastered instantly. It requires continuous practice over time, a little each day. In this meditative approach, you entirely focus your attention on your breath, both inhalation and exhalation, excluding any other distractions. Our breath acts as the rudder that steers our mind, much like we guide a boat through rains. In the same way, we can steer our thoughts through breath control. As we engage in observing the breath, our mind finds serenity, and as our breath becomes calmer, our thoughts diminish. Over time, we reach a stage where our mind quiets completely, and we experience deep tranquility. Through regular practice of breath observation, we can start to feel detached from the mind and body, thus attaining a state of deep meditation. In this state, suffering finds its resolution.
Want to live with more wisdom and purpose? Discover the secrets of Buddhist monks in the ebook The Wealth Through the Eyes of Buddhist Monks. Click on the pinned comment and start your journey of transformation.